Welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast, your go-to source for everything on the Las Vegas Raiders. Whether you're a diehard motherfucker like me, or just getting to know Raider Nation, our passionate hosts are here to bring you all the excitement on Raiders football. I'm Shit Show Joe, and welcome to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. Let's go, Raiders! If not, fuck your team.
And welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. I'm your host, Raider Will, and I am here with partial of my misfit crew. I got my girl, Lady Val, representing DFW for life, baby. Then I got my boy, Matty B, representing TBH West Coast.
What's up, fam?
What up, baby? And guys, let's just get right into it. Big time news coming out of Las Vegas. Not only did we say see ya to AP, but then we give the next day and we tell Tom Telesco, don't let the Lord split you don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. Man, both of them out the door. Not a great season. Hey, it's a one and done. A one and done. Guys, let's get your thoughts on this. First, Lady Val, what's your thoughts? Raiders clean house. New fresh start. What's going on in Las Vegas?
I'm 50-50 because I really wanted AP to work. I think you guys know that. I'm just super glad I was able to see him at that last game. But I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot more than I could even think.
No, absolutely. I mean, like this was a right hook and a left hook at the same time.
More than I can comprehend. But, I just hope that Mark and Brady, because obviously this is Brady's doing and what Brady wants, Brady gets apparently. I just hope they know what they're doing and they don't do us wrong, because otherwise I'm going to get some clippers and I'm going to mess up Mark Davis' little bowl cut.
You got to shave him. Shave him.
Will.
Yeah, all right. Yo, Matty B, thoughts on the Raiders cleaning house?
I was really shocked when they fired AP because, I mean, how do you let your head coach come out, do a press conference, act all normal? I mean, even in some fresh-ass Raider gear, man, I was looking at that jacket like, damn, that's fucking sick. I like that jacket. Fucking, but still, I was like, man, and then the next day they let him go. Like, dude, what? Like, that kind of was a little shock. I thought he deserved another year. I thought, a lot of people said he lost the locker room, and there's reports out there that he didn't lose the locker room, man. I mean, even the players were like, no, we fought hard for AP even the 10-game losing streak, they were like, we were fighting hard for him. So I think that's the one good thing that AP had for him this year. Other than that, the play calling, the time management, all that stuff was kind of on him. And I see where they're coming from, where they got rid of him. Like he said, I didn't trust my gut. Well, this is kind of like, a win now league. You can't not trust your gut in this league. You got to go with your gut sometimes. So I think that was a big downfall for AP when he made those remarks. So that kind of sucked. And then the Tom Telesco thing, I was never really on board with Tom Telesco because of his shit with the Chargers, and I didn't really think he was ever really that great of a GM, but he did get some pretty good picks for us. But you got to think, man, he also let Adams go. He let Jacobs go. He let Roberts go. He didn't get Kingsbury. He was supposed to, give him one more year, try to move up in the draft, get a quarterback. We got stuck with Minshew. So I see where they're coming from, where they're like, if you're not on board with doing what we want to as an organization, you're out too, man. And I don't think he was on board with it. So
I agree, man.
I clean house again. Let's clean house again and do it again. Let's try to start from scratch again. One more year.
Just one more.
Hey,
We'll
you
do
gotta
better.
love the madness. You gotta love the madness. But yo, check this out, guys. I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate. As you guys already know, honestly, I really don't feel like AP cut the cheese this year. You know, like I really feel it was more bark than bite. A lot of things were, accountability and stuff like that, weren't at the process where they were supposed to be. So that correlated with their record. I think 4-13 or get 4-win season. I don't care who it doesn't really matter who you are, you're gonna get fired. I mean, like as a coach myself, as a guy that has done it, as a guy that has gone overseas and done all sorts of stuff like that. If I go 4-13, 4-12, or whatever it is, or I only get 4 wins and it's less than 25% of all the games, I'm expecting to get fired. Okay, this is a not for long league, right? Just like the players, if the players don't produce, you expect them to get cut. You expect them to get sent home and pack their stuff. Now, when this whole thing happened with Tom Telesco, it caught me totally off guard. It was like you guys. So people know we're always talking, we're always chatting, we're always messaging each other. And we were on the whole topic of AP and who's going to be the new head coach and how Tom Telesco, everything like that was playing. And then, boom, Tom Telesco's gone. And it's just like Val said. In my opinion, right now, TB is saying, move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Because I'm in charge and I got it roll. Let me see these fucking Raiders roll. I'm telling you right now, baby, TB is at the wheel and I love it.
That's
Because
a
what?
$1 million record right there. Just want to say.
Yo, I love it. I'm telling you right now, with that type of move, where you say, hey, man, not only am I coming in, but I'm going to make a statement. And I get it. I don't like the fact that they waited 1 or 2 days. But guys, if we look at the Raiders before, look at last year. We didn't hire an OC. We didn't hire a GM until what, almost February? Halfway through February? So now, instead of waiting that long, we get on the bus. He says, hey, you know what? Maybe he didn't like what AP said. Maybe when he went to the presser and he said, hey, there's no changes that need to be made on the staff. We're going to keep it the same. Maybe he was like, wait a minute. This is not what we talked about. We have to get better. We have to improve. You got to go. Maybe Tom Telesco was on the same boat saying, hey, you know what? I'm with AP. This is wrong. This is things. So guess what he did? He said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to keep a GM. Nice cup, by the way, Val. I don't know what you're drinking, though. That looks kind of stiff. But
It's water.
water. Yeah. Yo. But again, he comes in and says, you know what? Maybe him and Tom Telesco weren't looking eye to eye on a certain situation. Maybe him and Tom, again, Tom did a great job picking picks for us. But it's just like you said, Matty B. Kingsbury. We could have had Kingsbury, but you didn't want to give him that extra year. We could have had Josh Jacobs back. At $12 million this year, look at the valuation of the running back position this year and see how much better it's going to get. He set the market, and at $12 million, Josh Jacobs is a freaking steal. Okay? Look what he did for Green Bay. So, Tom, you screwed up a couple of times, and guess what? You screwed up, and they saw it, and then they gave you the boot. Just like AP, they said, hey, you know what? We saw what you're doing. They might have liked some things, but at the end of the day, they didn't see the winning formula. And I can respect that. And I like what TB is doing. But now, let's get on to the next phase of the show, which is. Yo. Go ahead, Val.
Do you think they're going to get rid of Turner?
of Norv Turner,
Yeah.
he's gone.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
gone.
he's gone.
As soon as they got rid of him, or as soon as they said AP's gone,
All his
Patrick
coordinators are gone
Graham
too.
went to go to the Bengals to go interview for the DC spot. So they're cleaning house. I mean, all 29 coaches, I hope that you guys were renting because, hey, man, it's a tough business. And I know that moving your family's not fun. So I'll be like, man, buying your house and selling your house within 12 months, tough gig.
Hey, but check this out, though. There's 31 new spots opened up for someone to come in and change this organization around for sure. So hopefully they do something.
Absolutely. Well, guys, and as soon as that dropped, I believe everybody and their mother is a hot commodity right now, and the Raiders are turning every single rock. I be like, I think we got everybody and their mother coming in to interview. First person, all right, let's talk about it and let's go through the list, guys. And I want you guys to tell me if it's a yay or a nay for you, and just give me the 411 on what you think. Hey, let me drop the first name, okay? Very popular name. The guy that's the offensive coordinator for the Lions right now, Ben Johnson. And Matty B, I'm going to start with you, my brother.
Yeah, I'm good with him. I think he's one of those new up and coming coaches. I think he could be a lot better than like Mike McDaniels in Miami, and maybe up there with McVay. If he, I don't know. He's turned that Lions organization around. I really like him. It's just a matter of if he wants to come here to this organization. Like that's our biggest downfall right now. Like, which coach wants to come here, and if something don't go right, he loses his job the next year like everybody else. So
No, I got you.
you got to check out his situations too, man. I wouldn't mind him. I honestly think, in my opinion, we need somebody that's had the experience of been to a Super Bowl, that knows how to keep teams in check. So I'll let you name off a couple other people, but I think we need like a more
You need you want a more experienced
stable head coach, somebody that's got the experience to be a head coach.
I got you. I got
So
you.
we already tried the AP thing. That was hey, he's an up and coming head coach. Let's try it. We did it. I don't want to put all my eggs in a basket on an offense coordinator or defense coordinator that's real young, and who's to say in 3 years the nation's quick to turn on people, bro. They're super quick to turn on people.
Absolutely.
So
We saw it with
are
AP.
you guys all willing to give a new fucking guy a headshot or a shot, and then are you guys gonna be cool with him next year? Are you guys gonna all be calling for his head next year? So that's my big deal with it. Get a big name.
All right. Yo, Lady Val, what do you think about Ben Johnson?
I don't know much about him.
Okay.
I really didn't have time today. It's been
To
busy.
do your research?
To do
I gotcha.
research. But I mean, from what Alan says, like, we need to go get him.
No, I gotcha. So,
and I wouldn't be mad if we did.
I wouldn't be mad, but here, let me get you guys with this, okay? And this is where I keep, I love Alan, but we butt heads sometimes on certain subjects. But when you go and you see things, all right, when you bring in this rookie head coach, I like what he can do. But my biggest question here comes to when you're talking about the general manager, the guy that's going to put players in position for you to make this team better. You have to have a good relationship. And is he able to bring in a quality piece as a GM? Is Tom Brady going to bring a guy that's going to say, hey, I can work with this guy and he can work with me and we're going to make this team better? When you're talking about a young coordinator, a coach like that, does he have the ability to fulfill the staff and then have the ability to bring in a GM? That's where my questions rely, because right now we're bringing a GM and head coach combo. they did this, they cleaned house in order to facilitate the vision, because they feel like Tom Brady has to have the same vision as the coach and as the general manager. So you have to bring in three pieces that work well together in the front office in order for this to work. So again, with Ben Johnson, it's not that he's not a great play caller and a great offensive coordinator. It's what can he bring more than that to the organization is my question there. Is he able to bring in a guy that's going to say, hey, I can work with this guy and I've done it before and I know that he's going to bring me quality pieces? That is my biggest thing when I talk about Ben Johnson. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but I think when you're looking at the position that we're in, you have to look at if the head coach can work with the GM and if he has experience working with the GM. And that is where I feel like Ben Johnson lacks. He's never had to do that. So that's my biggest question with Ben Johnson. But we don't know. Like you guys said, he's a hot coordinator. He's an offensive guru, a guy that thinks outside the box. And I'd be like, I've seen a reverse to a right tackle or a left tackle. He tosses the ball. I'll be like, he goes unbalanced one side and becomes the eligible tackle on the opposite side, will catch a pass. Definitely an offensive guru. But again, lots of questions with him. All right, guys. Now, the other coach we're going to talk about, okay, is actually the defensive coordinator for the Lions, Aaron Glenn. Okay, Aaron Glenn is their DC. Now, we know we're going to interview him. Matty B, what is your thoughts about bringing in Aaron Glenn, another rookie head coach, now with the Lions?
I'm not, like I said, I'm not opposed to having like a rookie anything. I want it to be the right move. I want them to have a vision that it's going to go right. We're going to see progress the first year. I'm not saying we got to go to the Super Bowl and the playoffs the first year, but I want to see progress that our team is actually going to be winning and fighting. I think Aaron Glenn has done an amazing job over there with the defense, considering all of the injuries and everything that he's had to go through this year. He's definitely held that team together. I think, honestly, I don't think he's ready for a head coaching job. I think he's a couple more years defensive coordinator. Let's see how you do. I think if he wins a big one, he's definitely a hot commodity to be looking at. But I don't know if he gets a job this year as a head coach. I think he remains their coordinator over there in Detroit for another year. So I don't think he's up there with Ben Johnson if you're looking at like new up and coming coaches.
No, absolutely. Now, Val, what's your thoughts?
So first off, if you go to like the Raiders website, it tells you who, like, the list of people that they're going to interview, and it gives you a little summary of that person. So I'm just like reading here.
All right. No, it's all right.
I didn't know this, but I don't go on just on the website. Anyways, he seems like he's on the right track, but again, I don't know much more than what I'm just reading here. These are just like facts about him. But it seems like we could use a little of this knowledge, it seems, here.
All right. So hit us with some facts on Aaron Glenn. You know what? That's what you
Okay.
can do for every coach, Val. Just hit us with some facts and what you can
Like-
find on him.
And maybe just like 6 lines. Okay, so it says he served as the Lions defensive coordinator for the past 4 seasons. In 2024, his unit allowed the 7th fewest total yards, 5,820, and 7th fewest points per game, 20.1, to opposing offensives like across the league. I can't read. It says before winning back-to-back NFC North championships in Detroit, he was a defensive back coach for the New Orleans Saints from 2016 to 2020 and the Cleveland Browns from 2014 to 15. He was also a 3-time Pro Bowl cornerback who played 15 seasons in the NFL. So he's been with football for quite some time.
And you hit a lot of key points there. For one, he would be a rookie head coach. Two, he's just been a coordinator in the league for 4 years. For me, okay, when you're bringing in a defensive coordinator and your offense is the one that's lacking, the one that's hurting, that's where I have questions. I get the effect that he's going to have on our defense. The guy is an absolute defensive mastermind. You guys can, Matt just said it. He gets the fourth string playing like the first string. Now, I don't know whether that's the Dan Campbell effect up there with the Lions, or if it is Aaron Glenn, the guy that's the catalyst for the defense as the DC, like motivating those guys and making those guys want to be somebody. Now, what I have to look at here is our offense is stagnant as hell. Our defense was never the question. Our defense suffered because our inability to control the clock, control the football, matriculate the football down the field. If you guys noticed, it was a bunch of 3 and outs. It's a bunch of turnovers. It's a bunch of situations where our defense was struggling because they got put in a bad position. A lot of people can say whatever they want, but we went through the same thing the Lions did, but our offense just couldn't move the football. They couldn't produce a first down in order for our guys to get breathers on defense. So for me, I say, if we hire Aaron Glenn, which would be fantastic, my biggest question goes to, who are you bringing in as offense coordinator? Who is going to be the guy that makes those play calls that brings our offense up that you have in your sleeve that as soon as you sign, they're going to want to come and sign? Because if you guys remember last year, the whole thing with, we're getting AP and we're signing AP and it's going to be a great thing. And everybody wants to come here because AP's the head coach. Yo, I saw one player. One. So at the end of the day, I have a lot of questions when it comes to that. Now, let's get on to number 3. And actually, this guy is coming up of with the Chiefs. Steve Spagnuolo. Matty B, what do you think when I hit you with that name?
I hate the Chiefs, dude. I hate everybody for the Chiefs, but I'm not opposed to him, man. I think he could give us a little bit of a fucking, up on the Chiefs, when we come to play them. But I don't, like you said, okay, is the like over in Detroit, is the way they play, is that because of the coordinator making the guys play that way, or is it the head coach? So it's kind of the same way in Kansas City. I get that he's a good defensive coordinator. He's been with the Chiefs for a while, but like you say on the pod, some guys are just meant to be coordinators.
Yeah.
And I really just see this guy just being a coordinator. I don't really see him being a head coach. I think when I see him as a head coach, I kind of see him like he kind of reminds me of like a Dennis Allen almost as being a head coach. That's just what I I'm not like throwing shots saying he's a bad dude, but I'm just saying, some people are meant to be coordinators, and that dude that I think definitely wanted to be a coordinator. Because I think he can feed off. I think he feeds off the coach, and he feeds off Andy Reid, and that offense, man, he's good, So
No, I got you. No, 100%. I got you what you're saying. I mean, like, you're looking at it as saying, hey, Andy Reid's the main play caller there. Like, is it because Andy Reid? But remember, Andy Reid is an offensive coach. So defensively,
right.
Spags got
He feeds
control.
off of Andy Reid and his offense, and that's why his defense is good. He can. They got to practice each other every day. You know what I mean? So he's got to be creative. If you got Patrick Mahomes and the offense being creative on one side, he's got to be creative. So he's got to feed off of that. If he goes into being a head coach, how do you create both sides? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you recreate the Kansas City Chiefs on the offense to practice against them in practice?
No.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
All right, Val, hit us with some Steve Spagnuolo facts.
He's got 4 Super Bowl titles to his name as a defensive coordinator, 1 with the New York Giants in the 2007 season, and 3 with the Kansas City Chiefs during his current tenure. He has over 25 years of NFL coaching experience and previously served as head coach for the St. Louis Rams from 2009 to 2011 and as the Giants interim head coach in 2017. So just reading this and just knowing he comes from a good team, it kind of gives me some, like, he could definitely put in some great advice and great plays on our defense and show how to be more of a badass defense, like,
more innovative.
Yeah, more innovative. Yeah.
let's get down to this. He's got the experience to be with the Chiefs as long as he has and then be successful too with their defense. Like, he could really bring a lot to the table with his knowledge and obviously with his experience. He's doing something right there, and not saying that this is going to be a immediate fix, but this could be a good potential turnaround so that we could be in the right direction, moving as a team with the players. And maybe he can bring out more talent out of them that they're holding back or didn't realize that they could do together. I mean,
Yeah.
because we
No.
do let the opposing team score a lot, and we have a lot of turnovers. So, I mean, with him, he could also bring some knowledge, being as a head coach to whoever is going to be, with him. Like, they could definitely trade in that knowledge, exchange that knowledge to form better ideas and better plays.
Okay. I'm going to give you guys a quick response. Hell no. Hell no. Steve Spagnuolo, 11-41 in the regular season. I don't want to hire a loser. I don't want to hire a guy that's come and coached and screwed the pooch big time. I don't want to go back through Josh McDaniels. I get it, Val.
Was
Guys, hey, hold on.
I'm sorry.
I'm not
Oh,
done yet.
Coachos, let's go.
Okay, yo, it's like Matty B said. There's some guys that are just made to be coordinators. And Steve Spagnuolo is a guy that's made to be a coordinator, defensive genius, a guy that on the defensive side of the ball knows what he's doing. But as a head coach, hell no. Hell no. I'll be like, hey, I'm sorry, guys. I love y'all. But 11-41, we just should have kept him as the head coach for the past 5 years at that point. We should have just been like, hey, man, we shouldn't have signed those up 4 other coaches. We should have been Spags. Come over. Shoot. Go 11-41 with your next 4 years.
Hey, Will, take a deep breath. The interview hasn't even happened yet, so.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, like, look, when people brought up the name at first, I was like, you know what? But then I remembered how bad it was as him as a head coach.
Who did he coach again? I'm trying to remember what team
he coached for the Giants.
Did he coach the Dolphins?
No, he didn't coach the Dolphins.
Or is that Joe? Yeah,
that's Sperano. That's Tony Sperano.
That's who I was thinking of for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Nope. So that's where I'm saying. I mean, like, look, this guy is a really good defensive coach, and I'm not gonna like talk smack. I'm like,
take that away from him.
Yeah, the guy is a defensive freaking guru. But as a head coach, that's where I'm seeing him struggle. Okay, again, great coach, a guy that's experienced. But if we bring him, where is the offensive solution? I mean, like, is he going to be able to tell, hey, O'Connell, do a 3-step drop. I want you to do it like this. Adjust this way. Hey, look at this read. Hey, this is what we're going to do and get a high-powered offense. I don't see it. And that's what worries me with him. Okay. So I'll be like, at the end of the day, though, if the Raiders sign him, I know that there has to be something that is cooking because, again, this is just something that he has to have a GM. He has to have answers on offense. Tom Brady's going to have a lot of questions, and Tom Brady knows a lot of football. So I'm sure he's going to ask about adjustments, ask about, hey, if this situation arises, how would you handle it? How would you do it? There's, personnel. There's so many questions that they're going to have to answer that I really do think it's going to be a really good head coach that we get.
I'm wondering if how much pull like Tom Brady had during the drafts while he was at the Patriots. You know what I mean? Like, if he's getting thrown in this quick into ownership, like how much pull did you think? I mean, like I'm not saying that he had pull, but I'm just saying like
I don't think he did, but I don't think right now, like honestly, to
what
tell you the
direction
truth, I don't think he did because the craft and the way that Bill Belichick runs things,
right.
he's not going to have any say. But at the same time, like right now, what he's been able to do since he left the Patriots, which was win another Super Bowl, okay, and show that he's a winner and that he keeps playing at a high level. Dude, the guy is a freaking animal. I'd be like, hey, there's only like what? Like a guy like that comes once everybody's lifetime.
Like 30, 40 years.
Yeah. So again, I'm like, I don't think he had a lot of pull, but right now, what it is, bro, he has that swagger. And as we keep saying, the Raiders need that swagger. They need that confidence. And I'm telling you right now, when TB walks in the building, you got a winner.
Yo, picture this shit, dude. Tom Brady on the sidelines during the games.
Well, he'll be there as an announcer. But all right, guys, yo.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's an announcer. I forgot about that shit.
So here's the other coach, okay? Now, this guy has credentials. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. He's a lot older than a lot of people would like him for a coach to be, but he's always had a good rapport with players, and this is Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll is coming in for the interview next week. Matty B, what are your thoughts on Pete Carroll?
Dude, I love Pete Carroll. I've always liked Pete Carroll. He's a great coach, man. And he's also good with quarterbacks, man. He's done look what he did with Russell Wilson, and then look what he did with Geno Smith. You know, I mean, he can work with the quarterback. So I'm not. That's one good thing I will say about Pete Carroll, and he knows how to bring the best out of players too, man. He's done it in college and he's done it in the NFL, and he's like honestly, to tell you the truth, like if I was looking for somebody with experience, this is the dude I'm looking at, like hardcore. I'm like I'm general manager Pete Carroll. Look at the draft they had when they had Richard Sherman, all them dudes when they pulled that draft, dude. Like everybody in that draft was just spot on, like one of the best drafts in history. But Beast Mode was in there, all them dudes.
I mean, like they made a lot of the right decisions, and the personnel decisions were made. Yeah,
and I think that's where he comes in when it comes to like the general manager working with the head coach or the coordinators, the owners. I think that's what Pete Carroll does. He lasted a long time in Seattle, man. So there's got to be something there that is saying that he is probably, if we're looking for a veteran, he's the guy that you're one. So
no, absolutely.
I would definitely take him. I would definitely take Pete Carroll. This is the guy that I was telling All In and everybody about. Like,
dude,
when he sent the picture and he's like, "Hey man, what is this old enough for you?" Like, yeah, that's old enough. I'm good with that. I don't give a fuck if he's 75, 80. If he's still kicking and he wants to coach, come on over here, bro.
Right now we got 31 open spots.
I don't care. We'll find a spot for you, man. We'll get you a wheelchair, everything, bro. Sit right here on the sideline, dude. There you go. You ain't even got to
Absolutely.
walk.
All right, Lady Val, hit us with some facts about Pete Carroll.
So they don't have him on their website, but I just searched him really quick. You know, he's got a website. So, dude is 73 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So it says about Pete. Dude has his own website. One of only 3 coaches to win a Super Bowl and a college football national championship. Pete Carroll spent 14 years as head coach and executive vice president of the NFL Seattle Seahawks. So it says his brand of inclusive leadership combined with his ability to create an atmosphere of understanding within teams has made him one of the most recognizable and respected figures in modern sports and beyond. He empowers his players to be the best version of themselves with the freedom to make mistakes, speak their minds, and truly be seen and heard for who they are. His leadership approach is rooted in compassion and love and the knowledge that each of us, whether player or coach, student or teacher, is constantly learning and evolving. So, interesting. So, I mean, yeah, it seems like he could bring a lot of insight to the team.
Mm-hmm. Well, so when you said Pete Carroll and you looked at his resume, right? You say, hey, the guy has a college national championship and a professional championship. Can he develop players? Absolutely. You have to be able to develop players at the collegiate level in order for them to get to the NFL. And in the NFL, he was able to get players to perform and develop in his system and play at a really high level. There you go. You got a Super Bowl. Now, with Pete Carroll, his thing is, again, it's coming how old he is. A lot of people don't like that. We'll have it all in. You know, I wish he was on the show because that's the first thing he's going to hit us with, is telling us, hey, man, this guy's old. He's tired of old guys. He doesn't want a retread. He wants a fresh guy, a guy that's new, a guy that's a coordinator, the guy that's hot.
He can
And I get that.
also down that knowledge too with somebody else and bring it out, like bring it out of the other coaches.
What I like about Pete Carroll is that he has seniority and he can build a staff. When you're talking about a guy that has been doing it for a long time and knows a lot of coaches and can probably be like, hey, man, who are you going to bring in for offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator? And he probably has his Rolodex and goes like, you know, number 15. This the guy I'm going to bring in because he has that knowledge. He has that experience where, guess what? He has a lot of coaches that he knows. That's really what I like. I get that Spags can do the same, but Spags doesn't have a Super Bowl. He doesn't have one that he's won as a coach, as the head coach. He's won them as the DC. When you're talking about winning as the head coach, I believe Pete Carroll checks off a lot of the marks for the Raiders because he is a winner. Plus, he's a player's coach, he's a developer, and he can bring in a lot of other pieces. Now,
wasn't he a coordinator for someone else too before?
oh, dude, he's been coaching so long. I mean, like,
yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure he was like a coordinator too somewhere.
He's been a coordinator. He moved all the way up.
So I mean, like, you know, that's what makes the difference between him and Spags, in my opinion. Like, he's got everything under his belt.
Yeah, and he has a Super Bowl. I'd be like,
and he's got a Super Bowl, dude.
That kind of changes things. Now, guys, the next coach that I'm going to bring up, that's kind of funny because we traded one of our players to this guy's team, and he still got fired. Robert Saleh, former Jets head coach. I mean, hey, you know, DA said
the baldness.
Hey, all I gotta say is this: DA said, "I'm tired of getting beat down like this. I'm always getting effed up." Man, you just went to the Jets to go get fucked up over there too. So, hey, that just shows you, bro, that you just try to move from side to side, but you know what? You made a mistake. So, hey, don't let the
Again,
door hit you where the good Lord splits you. But we're talking about Robert Saleh. So, Matty B, hit me up with Robert Saleh and your thoughts.
And he says, hell no.
Hell
No,
no.
man,
Okay.
hell no. Stay away from that dude, man. Like, I don't even, man, I don't know. Bring him in as a coordinator or something like that, or maybe like a positions coach or something like that. But I thought even when the Jets hired him, I was like, I don't know, man. Like, he hasn't. I don't know, man. I don't know if he can hold a locker room together, bro. Like, you might as well just bring AP back. Like I'm not saying AP lost the locker room, but I'm just saying like if you don't want to win, then bring in Robert Saleh.
I feel like I just looking at his pictures, I just get the vibe like he would not be compatible
He would
with our
he
player.
would look
That's
better in
the
a
vibe.
Fast and Furious movie than he would as a head coach.
Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah. All right. Yo, sis, hit us with some Robert Saleh facts besides he's freaking Vin Diesel's stunt double. Oh.
I can't with you guys. Who? I will never not see that now.
Yeah, you will.
Dang, dang it. Okay, so he most recently served as head coach of the Jets, where he compiled a 20-36 record. Prior to the Jets, he spent 4 seasons as the defensive coordinator for the super
49.
fresh San Francisco Niners.
Yeah. Tutti Fruities.
The Tutti Fruities.
Yeah,
27
we gotta watch what we say. Sorry, my bad.
the in that span, his defense ranked third in the NFL in passing yards allowed, 211.4, and held opposing quarterbacks to the eighth lowest completion percentage in the league, 62.9%. His 20 years of NFL coaching experience also included stints with the Houston Texans 2005 to 10, the Seahawks 2011 to 13, and the Jags 2014 to 16. So it doesn't really look like this guy has it together, though.
Nope.
It looks like he's a bouncer. He's a little.
So, like when you said like his what do you call it? His defense and stuff, his ranking. Yeah, he had a good defense that year, but he couldn't win the Super Bowl that year either. You know what I mean? Like they couldn't win.
Yep.
They lost.
No,
So,
absolutely.
like you say, when it comes down to Super Bowls, even Spagnola's got more than he does.
Hey, so I'm gonna hit you guys with this, all right? Hell no. Hell no. Again, because I'm gonna
Well,
tell you
okay.
like this. Yo,
What
Robert Saleh.
what would you do, Will and Matty B? What would you do if they said, "This is the guy. This is the guy"? What do you
I'm
guys?
questioning a lot of things. You know what? I'm gonna tell you like this. Robert Saleh, the only way this absolutely makes fucking sense to me is if they're trying to bring Aaron Rodgers here, and I don't want Aaron Rodgers here. Okay.
I
Why would
Don't
you?
want I'm telling you, this is the only link that I could see, okay, with the ayahuasca champion, okay, the guy that whatever, I don't know if he smokes doobie or not or whatever it is, but you know what, Aaron Rodgers, that's the only way that I would see that link because he still has a good relationship, and I don't want DA back, not after the way that he left, and I'll be like, that would kind of mean that that's coming back, and honestly, in my book, that's a done deal. Robert Saleh, you know what? You just said it with his records. That shows me that you're not a winner. Okay.
so
Well, I
Rob.
I'll tell you like this. He had a good defense with the 49ers. That got him the head coaching job. Let's be real. He's a really good defensive coach. But again, we keep saying our offensive struggles. Who are you going to bring in? If you couldn't do it with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers, you couldn't do it with Aaron Rodgers. But you're going to develop a QB? Get the hell out of here, man. Can't even fucking get it together with Aaron Rodgers.
Like, when you were saying that, like bringing him over and they having that connection would be the only thing you see.
That's the only thing I see.
Aaron Rodgers coming over to the Raiders, man, because I think Aaron Rodgers hangs his cleats up, dude. And then Devontae, even if we did bring Aaron Rodgers over, he ain't coming back, dude. He's gonna go try to find fucking, Lamar Jackson or something like that to try to get a Super Bowl. That's where he's going, man. So there ain't no way he's falling. He already did the Aaron Rodgers thing, the reunion. It didn't work out. He ain't gonna just follow that dude around everywhere. If he does, he's a fucking idiot. Fucking maybe he's smoking that. What is that shit called?
Ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. Maybe he's smoking that shit with him. I don't know. Fucking.
So basically, Mr. Robert, the message sent to you is to go suck your mama's toes.
Yeah. Hey, please call in sick for your interview.
Hey, I'm not saying he couldn't be a coordinator.
Right, and that they might be bringing him in to interview and might see about that. And you guys are absolutely right. And I'm going to tell you right now, don't be amazed if you see Mike Vrabel come up, because Mike says he's a free agent coach. We don't have to ask to bring him in. But because he's not on the list right now, we're not going to talk about him. But that name will probably come up later on in next week's episode. But, all right, the last guy we're going to talk about that is on the list is offensive coordinator for the Ravens, Todd Monken. Matty B, what are your thoughts on him?
I don't know too much about him. I've heard the name before. I don't think he's. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't see him being a head coach. I don't see it, man. Coordinator.
You have questions. You have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I have questions. A lot of questions on him. Not that I'm not saying he's a bad guy or anything, but I think, Lamar Jackson, they've been kind of iffy sometimes.
Yeah.
When it comes to their offense, even with Lamar and fucking, oh man, what's his name? I was thinking King Henry, all them dudes back there, Zay Flowers or Zay Jones, whoever it is, Flowers or Jones, whichever Zay it is over there. Those dudes, they look iffy sometimes, and I don't know if that's the coordinator or the players, but like I said, I don't really know too much about him, so I can't really go too much detail about him. So
I got
you. Let me with some facts here, bro. Matt, listen up. So his current position, he's the Baltimore Ravens offensive coordinator. Bio. He's currently in his second season as the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. He has 36 years of coaching experience, including 10 in the NFL and 6 as an NFL offensive coordinator. He was a finalist for AP NFL Assistant Coach of the Year in 2023 and helped Baltimore finish first in total offense during the 2024 regular season. Before joining the Ravens, he was the offensive coordinator / quarterback coach at the University of Georgia from 2020 to 2022. So that there, he's got some insight on quarterbacks. So even if we don't get a quarterback right off the bat, because remember, we are going to just draft the best player available. He could possibly help guide AOC. I mean, you guys don't want to hear it, but
no. Right now, AOC would be our quarterback. Let's be realistic. We haven't drafted anyone. We can't say, "Oh, we're gonna." And everybody in Raider Nation is gonna be like, "Oh, well, we're gonna draft one." Well, guess what? We don't know who it is, but you're absolutely correct. For all inclusive purposes, right now, all intent purposes, hey, AOC's our guy. But you're right.
I mean, he could
really Garner Minshew's our backup.
Well, until he gets traded, yeah.
Bro, as a quarterback. I mean, because AOC hasn't had anybody to guide him and help teach him. And what's his name? Todd? I can't say
Monken.
his last
Monken.
name. Okay, so Mr. M here. I mean, it seems like he could help with it seems like he could really help and give that insight. You know, if he has somebody to also help train and guide a quarterback, not just depend on a vet, you know? I mean, who
No,
knows? And if he just ain't following, then he's just he's a backup for show.
no, absolutely. And here's my thing. What I like is what you just said, is that this guy has a proven track record of being a developer, can play. But here's my biggest question. Okay, ever since he became offensive coordinator, he's had a big time quarterback and big time players in big time positions with the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are a really good team. They're deep. They always got a great roster. Or is he going to be able to replicate that in Las Vegas without that roster, without having those key guys in those key positions? That's where my questions come. University of Georgia is a top tier program. They bring top tier players to that program every single year. So when you're getting players that are top quality, it's a little bit easier to develop. So my questions with him would be, hey, you got a GM. Who's your GM? What's your plan? Defensively, do you got coaches that are going to come in that are going to fill that role? But again, Matty B and you might be right where they are interviewing all these other coaches, not for the position of head coach, but maybe saying, hey, if we find this head coach, we can bring in this DC, or if or this OC, if we get this guy. You don't know what they're trying to do, but it's a really interesting mix at the moment.
I
So
think I think Todd is very much so probably in their top 3 of this like little list, just because for just that. I mean, there's no doubt that he's had to guide people who were not stepping with it, the first time, obviously. So, I mean,
who knows? I mean, like right now, who knows? It's all speculation, and
we're a
and this is
little
what it is.
lost. Raider Nation is lost right now.
Raider Nation got hit in the face this morning, and we are all perplexed. I mean, like you
You know
saw.
what? Hey, you know what? We all kind of deserve it though, 'cause
Yeah, hey, we asked for this.
we all asked for this, man.
We asked.
And
You said,
so for us to be pissed off about what's going on right now, we have no
"Can't be."
right to be.
Yeah,
So
we asked
let
for
the
this.
fucking people do what they gotta do. Let's get the fucking right shit in here because the fans were wrong, man. We were wrong. Everybody was wrong.
Yep. So
The
let's
owner was
just.
wrong. The fans were wrong. Let's just wipe our shit clean. Let's fucking start over. Let's fucking get on the right track and let's fucking drop the bullshit on fucking the internet because 90% of you guys are just spitting cancer.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Cancer. You heard him.
Yep. So, hey, let's get on to the next section of the show, which is the best section of the show. It's Lady Val's Corner. All right, she busts out the
Y'all know
notebook.
I was not going to be stuck at work without my handy dandy binder.
Yeah. All
Handy
right.
dandy notebook.
So, at the end of the regular season, Val, who is the champion of the regular seasons so far?
What do you know?
She forgot.
I did highlight.
What?
Ooh.
I have been doing nothing this whole time, and I thought it was already done. Dear Lord Almighty, help
Val.
me. No,
Mm.
All right. Hey,
it's
hey,
like,
we'll do an update next week. Okay. We'll do an update on our records next week.
okay,
Let's
so
get on with the game because we were a little unprepared this morning. As in
my
Texas is
bad.
getting snowed in, by the way, guys. And
I
Lady
mean,
Val is in Texas and she had to sleep in
I,
her office. So we're gonna give her that excuse.
Just this time.
Yeah, just this time.
This better not happen
oh,
next year.
shucks, what would I do just this time?
All right. So Val, what's game one?
All right. So game one is Saturday at 3:30. We've got let me just turn this around. We've got Chargers at Texans.
Oh,
Ooh,
shit.
ooh.
What a game. What a game. Who are you going to start with?
Matty B.
Fuck. Start with me. Chargers at Texans, man. You know what? I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers in this game only because I don't know, man. That defense, and they lost a couple of their receivers in Texas, and their defense ain't too good right now. So give me the Chargers. Hopefully it's a good game, but Chargers.
Okay. Will?
All right. Hey, you know what, Matty B? I'm going to go with you, but I'm going to go with you for a different reason. Right now, the LA fires are like going crazy and burning up half the city with that Palisade Rim fire. And I believe the Chargers right now are going to be fueled by that to bring something positive to their community. And it's like you said, the Texans are devastated at the moment. And when you got players playing for more than themselves, Jim
Mm.
Harbaugh is going to bring the best out of them. And I think they're
Right.
going to come in there and they're going to do something in Houston.
Quick question. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you at the end. Are they in LA? Are they in Houston?
They're in Houston.
They're in Houston for that
They're in
game.
Houston. Oh, okay. All
The
right. I was gonna
Rams are
say, are
supposed
they
to be
still
playing at
playing up
home.
there?
No, the Rams are supposed to be playing at home, but the Rams are now, that game got moved to
And
Arizona.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should. I was gonna
oh,
say
my
if they're playing,
didn't
that's
go out
fucking
that.
crazy, dude.
What's that, sis?
What?
Nothing.
What do you got?
Nobody heard you. We didn't hear
Well,
you.
I said, because I said Arizona at the same time Will did, and I said, boom, I bet you didn't think I knew that.
Shit.
No. Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
we're soda
yeah,
pop.
All right. So who did you get, Val? Who did you take?
Houston.
Houston. Ooh, she's going with the underdog.
And you got the Chargers.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next game is also Saturday. It's Saturday night. It's Steelers at Ravens.
Dude. Wow. Hey, these playoff games are incredible. I'm guessing I will go first since Matty B went first last time.
No,
All
I'm gonna
right.
go.
All right. Go first, Val.
No,
Go
I was
first. No, you
go.
said it.
I will.
You said at Baltimore.
Yeah,
Baltimore.
yeah.
That's who I got.
Yeah.
Matty B.
I'm gonna go with you on this one too, Will. And reason is because we're gonna see a fucking Harbaugh fucking brothers fucking playoff fucking next week. So
Oh, bro, that's gonna be crazy.
yeah.
So I missed it. What did you say, Will?
Both Harbaugh brothers will be like playing each other next week if the Chargers and the Ravens play.
So you're choosing the Ravens?
Yep, I
Mm-hmm.
got the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did
Yeah.
Matty B.
Take your beanie off your head and listen.
Ball. It's a beanie. It's a head wrap
Same thing.
that my brother Bandit got me.
Bandit.
Nice.
Bandit
Yeah.
Raider.
What's up,
Okay.
Bandit? Now you gotta tell me you gotta watch the episode because we gave him a shout out.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no,
Bandit.
Bandit from DFW Raiders for Life.
There you go. Yep.
So,
So
okay, so hold on, and I have Pittsburgh.
wow, she's just going all against the grain.
You know, and I was watching this earlier today when I was eating lunch. Well, like I stop into this little like New York pizza place.
Yeah.
Like when I work up Valley.
Yeah.
It's bomb that food. So like I stop in there every time I'm up Valley. But I was in there and they have like TVs and shit. They play sports shit in there all the time. And they were talking about this. And I was like, man, you know, like how fucking crazy would it be if the Steelers pulled some shit like they did back in the day when they fucking were like wild card team and then they just come out
They
and
can.
just fucking
They can,
beat
dude.
every
They
one of
can.
them.
That team is
You
good,
know, like
bro.
they got the team to do it.
They got
Like,
the
and I
team
was
to
like,
do
man,
it,
how fucking crazy would it be if they came in there and just beat them?
bro. This is
Like,
the
who fucking
playoffs.
won?
It can happen. It
They
can happen.
split in the season, so it could happen. You know, and I'm like, I
It can
almost went
happen.
with Pittsburgh, but I think we're gonna see a fucking Harbaugh fucking rematch or Harbaugh rematch this year.
All right, sis, who do you got next?
Denver at Buffalo.
Buffalo! Buffalo! Yeah, Josh Allen is going to stop
What you
those
mean?
Broncos. Buffalo, 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 Buffalo,
You
Buffalo!
calling me a buffalo?
Shoot, stomp those donkeys, Buffalo.
Matty B.
I got Buffalo too, man. I think I work with these Bronco fans, and they're always like, "Oh yeah, man, we kicked ass last week. We beat the
Yeah.
Chiefs," and they're like walking around. I'm like, dude, you guys fucking suck, dude. You guys fucking played third stringers at the end of the season. Fucking, you're over here fucking jumping up and down. I got this buddy of mine, fucking Rye, fucking Pitts. Fucking, he's a Bronco fan. He's
Oh,
like, man, we're gonna
yo,
lose. And
yo,
then he's like,
yo.
oh, I went and got Buffalo tickets to go to Buffalo to go see this game. And I'm like, you just fucking wasted a bunch of
But you
money
know
to get there.
what? No, bro, that's
But
the thing. He's a fan. And I'm going to tell you
oh,
what.
I know. I'm just
Guys,
saying,
hold
like,
on.
I give him shit for it, you know, because he's a Bronco fan. But I'm just saying, like, you just wasted a bunch of money to go see your team lose. But you guys are in the playoffs. That's cool.
So,
But
We
just
did.
so everyone knows here, you know, I guess we're gonna drop the beans now, huh, Val? We're gonna have Super Fan Fridays with Lady Val, and Rye has agreed to be our first opposing team super fan to come on. So, hey,
I'm
we're gonna
finding
have Rye
this out.
Pitts, huh?
I'm just finding this out.
Well, about Rye Pitts, yeah. The other part you already knew. We were just waiting for the off
I
season.
have a picture of him at SSJ last year. He had a volleyball, and it was obviously Wilson, but it's funny.
Yeah, no, but
eh,
he's gonna come on, and we'll be able to talk to him and get his view. He's a really cool guy, man. It's gonna be an
yeah,
exciting
cool,
time.
dude.
But yo, Buffalo, Buffalo. That's all I gotta say.
Buff,
All right,
buff, Buffalo.
Yeah,
all right,
Buffalo.
I got Buffalo too, man.
Lady Val,
Fucking
what you
I
got?
got Buffalo.
Oh, so we all buffaloed out now, baby. Buffalo, 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 right now.
get some Buffalo wings.
Go
Yeah,
to Broncos.
yep, Donkos. Yo, so
I love that name, dude.
so who else do we got, sis? Before I get us
Green.
banded.
I didn't say anything.
I didn't either.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. It was all Val.
Who else do we got?
Green Bay at Philly.
You go first, Matt. You go first,
Oh,
man.
So
he would make me go first. Man, you know what? Give me Green Bay. Give me Green Bay.
okay. Will.
I am with Matty B on this. The reason is because Jalen Hurts is still in concussion protocol. While Saquon Barkley can carry the load, that makes him more one dimensional. And when you make a team one dimensional, it makes them weak. So I will be with Matty B on that.
Okay.
Yep. Josh Jacobs gonna fucking win his first playoff game. Watch.
Jeez.
Prove
Should
everybody
have
wrong
paid
while
him
we
those
got
12 mil.
should have paid him. Should have paid him.
All right. Next, we have Washington at Tampa Bay.
Who'd you pick?
I chose Philly.
Yeah, Val, you go first.
Oh, you chose Philly.
That's the first thing I said. I said I choose Philly, and you guys both looked at me weird.
I was talking about the next game.
Oh, my bad. I think
Stop yelling at me.
I wasn't
so,
yelling. Simply,
so who do you
Okay.
got? Who do you
Stop
got,
talking
Val?
loud.
huh?
Who do you got? You go first.
Washington at Tampa Bay.
So you got Washington.
At
No.
Tampa Bay.
Who do you
Oh,
got? Who do you? Who
Give
do
me
you
the
got?
Give me the Redskins.
Okay, Redskins.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Yo, gosh, man. I mean, like this game is just like Val. Val, like, dude, I can see that. Prep.
Nah, I think Jaden Daniels gets the jitterbugs, and I think he starts fucking shit up, and I think old Baker Mayfield gets a win. So Tampa Bay for me.
Matt, I think you know what? You just said it. Rookie quarterback going into the playoffs, man, he's gonna be nervous. It's an away game. The environment's gonna be hostile. Yeah, Tampa Bay might squeak this one out. I'll take Tampa Bay.
Okay.
I tell you what, though, if he does win this game,
Oh,
he's rookie of the year, bro. Like, I mean, sorry, like he deserves it over Brock Bowers. You know, like no rookie to do that fucking deserves it. But if he don't, Brock Bowers all day.
yeah. Is that it, sis?
One more game. Minnesota at LA Rams.
Minnesota at LA Rams.
You go first, Will.
Minnesota. Minnesota's a beast. I mean, like them being ranked sixth is a total disgrace. 14-3. Minnesota.
I'm actually choosing Minnesota as well. Matty B, who you got?
I'm gonna go opposite of you guys and go Rams because of like what Will just said earlier. They're playing for LA right now, man. And Matt Stafford, he's a
I,
good quarterback, dude. Don't ever sleep on Matt Stafford.
I could see that, man. I can see that too. I could see them being galvanized, but I just feel like Minnesota's too much. They're too loaded. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, sis. So is that it?
Yep, that's it.
All right, sis. Do you got any updates for us about this? We might also have a Cowboys fan coming up for your
You
segment.
do?
So
Who?
the guy that you were the firefighter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
forgot.
send them an invite. Send them an invite right now. Tell them.
Yeah, I will. I will. Like, hey, I totally forgot.
Yep. So no, send
Um,
it to him right now. Tell him on the show.
huh?
Tell him right now on the show. Tell him to come on the
All right.
show.
Listen here. You're gonna come on here. We're gonna have Fan Fridays. I'm gonna Q&A you, and you're gonna answer them. And don't be hiding. You're gonna be a Cowboy fan, and it's gonna be fun. Okay, there's no whining, there's no crying. Okay, we can get very mean. You're just gonna have to take it like
All
the way
right.
fans do.
All right. Absolutely.
Right, Matty
Yo,
B?
Yeah, that's right.
yo.
Frugal, not
On that note,
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna be on this show watching you guys
yeah,
be mean to each other. I'm
yeah.
just gonna sit here and give you a thumbs up if you're good, and I'll give you a thumbs down if that was a bad one. You know, like we'll just
got
keep it going.
it. Right there. So if anybody knows of any super fans or big fans of the opposing team or whatever, holla, let
Bring.
us know.
Yeah, we
Send,
want to
send
interview
a
you.
DM, or if
Hey,
you
we're
yourself
also
want
gonna bring in what?
to
Hey,
come
we're also gonna bring in one of our newest Raider fans that I've seen everywhere. Just so you guys know, Sweet Meat. You guys know Ryan? Oop,
yeah, with the
yeah.
shade. Boy,
You
come on.
know, Sweet Meat's
Bring
coming
it on.
on. Sweet Meat is gonna be coming on the show, guys. We already worked on it. He said he's gonna try
Oh,
to make it so that way he can come on next Friday. But he's working the hospital scene right now, so he's working like something like 14-hour days. So, guys, stay tuned for Super Fan Fridays with Lady
woo.
Val's Corner. All right. But what I want you guys to do is like, share, and subscribe, guys. Make sure you guys show us some love. Let us know what you guys want to hear about. And we already know the coaching is the epitome of what we are looking at. And Raider Nation, what I want you to do is stay positive out there. Make sure that you're out there supporting your team. It doesn't matter. It's all about the silver and black. It's all about living that lifestyle. It's all about the Raiders against the world, baby. It's us
Always.
against the other team. Stop fighting each other. Let's join up. Let's be together. And the travel brigade is up and running, guys. And we have been throwing some parties, so make sure you guys stay locked in. The next party will be in San Francisco, May the 3rd. Now, like, share, subscribe. It's all about one nation. It's all about one team. It's all about the Raiders.